तुम्ही पण सिनरी बघताय का सिनरी आते हैं सब हंसता हुआ जो जाएगा.
Monsoon is the best season to pack your bag and run away from the city to spend some peaceful time or for some good adventure in the mountains. Because the nature is at full force, there is greenery and waterfalls all around, and the wind is at full blast. It's fun, adventurous, romantic, and also scary at the same time. But when you want to enjoy the monsoons with peace of mind, there is a big problem that stands in the way. People. I hate them. Which is why I have curated a list of absolutely offbeat treks in Western Maharashtra, which you can definitely visit this monsoon. And the places in this list are such which will remain offbeat for a long time because they are sort of medium to difficult level treks, which create a good barrier to the general nonsense public. Make sure you think of safety first on these trips, but anyways, it's always safer when there are no people around, which is why I love to travel to the forests and mountains. So here I am presenting to you a list of top 10 offbeat treks in the Western Ghats of Maharashtra. Number 1. Harischandra Ghat. Ironically, Harischandra Ghat is first on the list. It's on the border of Pune, Ahmednagar and Thane district. Since 2014, too many people have started visiting this fort on the weekends. Now there are a lot of people from the base village who come on the top for the weekend business and provide you with tents and delicious food for your stay. But in a way, they are also responsible for the downfall of this beautiful fort, as they are the ones who started selling desi daru and cigarettes on the fort. All that has stopped now, but the crowd remains. When I first visited this fort in 2008, there was absolutely nothing on top. On the entire fort, it was only us, a group of 20 people with a huge cave for a stay. And it was beautiful. You too can experience that now. How? Just go on a Tuesday and a Wednesday. It will be the most memorable trek of your life. Pondering about life with wonderful conversations on Kokan Kada and no one around except your friends. You will love it. Number 2. Kohoj. This fort is in the Palghar district and hence easier for the people of Mumbai to visit. It's massive in size and takes almost 3 hours to climb. There is also an Adivasi Wadi on the way to the top. But once you're at the top, it gets better. There is a natural stone man at the summit and its arms are wide open, almost like it wants to hug you because you made it to the top. Very few people visit this jewel. Thus, adventure, peace of mind and a crazy experience is guaranteed over here. The next on our list is Chanderi. What can I say about this trek? This fort near Badlapur is an endurance tester, especially if you're doing it from the other side, that is Chincholi. It takes a long time to reach to the top through forests, streams and waterfalls. You can even get lost a couple of times as the route is not clearly defined. You'll need an experienced trekker to lead you, and once you're at the top, there is nothing except peace. If you get clear skies and clear weather, you could even see the famous Kalavantin Durg, and if you have binoculars, you could be lucky enough to see the people waiting in line to reach the summit of that pinnacle. Yeah, you can laugh on them. The next one is Guruguru Fort. It is one of the most offbeat treks in this list. The Guruguru Fort. It is a small but tiring trek and it's just behind Raigad. It's a paradise. After a steep climb for an hour, you reach the top plateau where there is a small village called Petwadi. The villagers are kind enough to even give you a place if you want to stay overnight. There is a small temple of goddess Kurdai at the village. Going to the top, you'll find a gateway in ruins and then you have to traverse the pinnacle to reach to the top. It's really scary out there, and from the top you can see the expanse of Konkan range. The view from the top is really intimidating. The water flowing in full force from the nearby mountains down to the river will give you a feeling of how insignificant you are in front of Mother Nature. Literally. The next one on our list is the Jungli Jagged Fort. There are 2 forts named Jagged in Maharashtra, but the Jungli Jagged of Koyna region is the crazy one. Till 2012, it was open for everyone to visit, but after that it has been included in the Koyna Wildlife Sanctuary and thus the entry is restricted. You can still visit the fort only if the range forest officer is convinced that your group is experienced enough to do a fort like this and permits you to do so. And obviously you have to take a local guide to accompany you to the fort. This type of fort is also rare because as you trek, you first reach a height above the fort and then descend towards the fort. You can't see the fort for the first 1.5 hours of your trek. I've done this fort thrice and each time was a different experience. The best part about this fort in the monsoons is that however horrible a trekker you are, or however less the stamina you have, you can't stop walking at all. You have to continuously trek through the jungle because if you stop, you are attacked by leeches. In just a 30-second stop, there will be a couple of leeches trying to climb your feet and suck the blood out of you. So you need to keep ample salt with you on this trek. Once you reach the summit, the view is unmatchable. It gives spectacular views of the Kumbharli Ghat, and you can also see the fourth stage of the Koyna Dam power generation pipeline and the openings of the vents which are used by the engineers to go down the dam. It's a high security area and don't even think of going down there. Thus, this fort too is a once in a lifetime visit. The next ones on our list are the Raireshwar and Rohit forts. These windy forts are located nearby Bhor. They are not exactly offbeat, but comparatively less number of people visit them. Both are easy grade treks and there is good amount of restoration carried out on them. Both of them can be visited in a single day from Pune. The best part about these forts is that the southwestern winds are in full force on the ridge of these forts. Sometimes it's even difficult to stand at one place because you're literally dislodged from your feet. It's really peaceful on top, especially on Raireshwar, as less number of people visit Raireshwar. You can even stay on them, which is a crazy experience in itself. Sleeping in the shed made of tin with continuous lightning and gusty winds around, it's a scary but a superb experience. The next one on our list is Pratapgarh to Bhimachi Kathi trek. Now this one is a really off-beaten route even for usual trekkers. Very less number of people do it because it is a bit logistically difficult also, as you start at one place and end at another. You start from Pratapgarh parking lot. Just before the stairs, on your left side you'll see a pile of garbage. Start walking from that, and in the next 20 meters the garbage will disappear and there will be only trees. That forest is dense and you'll have to descend it till Ramvardhani temple, from where you walk and walk and walk till you reach a small village called Kudpan. It's a long trail, takes usually 5 to 6 hours to complete, and there are high chances that you will feel absolutely lost and you might even hallucinate voices of people who are actually not there. It happened with us. Google Maps showed us that there was a small village on the way, so we decided to have a lunch there and also ask for the correct route. But that village had only one home with no roof or people. If you guys decide to do this trek, make sure you do it with the correct trekking group who has a lot of experience in this field. Also, when we did this trail in 2014, the only ST bus that could get us back to Pratapgarh from Kudpan was at 4 PM. We missed it. It's a long story, but anyway, if you guys find a club who's organizing this trail, definitely go for it. It's a once in a lifetime experience. The next destinations on our list are the Sarasgarh and Sudhagad forts. Okay, now these are not exactly very offbeat as people do visit them on the weekends, but these forts are not flocked by dumb tourists as the selfie quotient on them is not very high, especially Sarasgarh. So that's good news for the true trekkers and travelers, as you will mostly find only like-minded people here. Sarasgarh is near Pali and it is a small but tiring trek. It doesn't take more than 2 hours to climb, but the remnants on the fort, the water cisterns, the caves, the wonderful stairs make it a perfect one-day outing. And Sudhagad, it is one of my favorite forts and it is best experienced when you stay on the top. I suggest you do this on a Friday and Saturday rather than a Saturday and Sunday, so that you will find less number of idiots on the fort. The trek itself is really mesmerizing, as you can see way too many waterfalls overflowing from the adjacent mountain ranges of Ghanagad and Telbaila. There are also some interesting spots to see on Sudhagad. There is an old but fully functional Vada on top which can accommodate about 50 to 60 people at a time. It's better you carry your own cooking stuff or best join a trekking club. It's really comfortable to stay, and a night with friends, songs and horrible cooks make it a wonderful evening. The next one on our list is the Yradi Fort. While traveling on NH4 southwards, just before Satara, you'll see a huge mountain towards your right. Many people just look at it in awe and trekkers wonder which fort is that. It's Yradi, and it is beautiful. In fact, all the forts nearby Y or Satara like Yradi, Kamargarh, Pandavgarh, they are really beautiful. All are offbeat. So why have I selected Yradi of these? It's because you can stay on the top, even in the monsoons. I will always have inclination towards an overnight trek because the joy and peace of living in the outdoors is unmatchable. There is a small temple on the top with a huge platform with a tin shed attached to it. Almost 100 people can stay there in the winters or summers, but for the monsoons, there is also a small room behind the temple which can accommodate about 6 to 8 people. There is not much on the top to see, hence only people with a true traveler's blood will visit this fort. My first flop video, Food for Your Weekend Treks, was shot here. You should definitely plan this fort this season. And the last one on our list is the Madhumand Fort. This fort, unknown to a lot of people, lies in the vicinity of Pratapgarh Fort. When Shivaji Maharaj conquered the Zawadi region is when this fort came under his reign. There are 2 routes for this fort, but the one from Hatlot is the interesting one due to the thick belt of Anjani trees. Even in the summers, you have to face sunlight only at the top, and in the monsoons, the clouds approaching you from the trees, it's a scary scenario. Very few people visit this magnificent fort, hence peace of mind is guaranteed. it's better you do this fort with a trekking group and also know the history of the fort before going, because the way Shivaji Maharaj won over this region, it's really interesting.